Obviously, you're reinventing a genre classic. How do you think this film differs from the original, and what excited you about stepping into the role of Atkins?
Well, it's a very different story. I think in the 1987 film, it was a fantasy vision of the future, and this film, 26 years later, a lot of that is no longer fantasy. It's coming very close. The technology is almost there, and that has a lot of implications to our society. So this was a way to make a big scale, exciting action movie that also talks about some really interesting political and philosophical ideas.
Joel, can I ask you how you brought humanity to the role?
By embodying it.
Yeah, we have to go.
Thank you very much.
Sure, of course.
Can you tell us a little bit about what fans can expect overall from this reinvention of the franchise, and particularly about where your character fits in and what excited you about the role?
I was lucky because I got to play a little bit of the heart and soul of this film, and even though it's a smaller role in regards to the fact that this film is RoboCop, it's a film about a half man, half machine. I got to play the loving, devoted wife and mother. I got to act from my heart and my gut and from a place of great truth and honesty, which I really enjoyed.
There's so many strong themes throughout the film. So what one stood out to you in particular for you to take the role?
Well, I think, I loved the technological aspect of it because it's so relevant. When you research into this, all this stuff is really going on. This isn't really science fiction, this is fact. Also, too, just the political, the social element, the exploration of American culture, of the world, of what's going on in the world and the direction that we may be heading in. I think it's important to open up these debates,
What was it like to watch Joel in front of the camera and Jose behind the camera?
Jose is my most favourite director I've ever worked with, for sure. He's great, he's amazing, yeah.
Why is he so amazing? What makes him so
I think he's just, he's incredibly talented, but I think the thing that I love most about him, and I think it comes from his documentary filmmaking background, is just the fact that he goes in for the truth and the honesty, and he's driven by character and by story, and he's fun, and he's light on set, he trusts, so he's a man of few words, so you know when you're hired that he's hired you because he thinks you're going to do a really great job. So if you do a take and he says nothing, you're so happy. If he says something, you soak it up like a sponge because he's so great,
Thank you.
No worries.
What was it about RoboCop that made you excited about bringing it back, and how do you feel this film compares and differs from the original?
I think that the creators of the original RoboCop saw into the future. They talked about, in their movie, they made a movie about the automatization of violence, the replacement of policemen by machines, and it's actually happening slowly. We already have drones fighting wars. We'll soon be replacing soldiers by robots, and then law enforcement people. And this opens a lot of questions, ethical, political, philosophical, and I wanted to make a movie that would present those questions to an audience in an entertaining way, but also in a thoughtful way. That's why we tried.
You're also a physicist, so did the science and technology?
I'm a total academic failure. I tried to be a physicist, I'm not one, and then I tried to postgraduate in mathematics, I couldn't do it. And then eventually I became a filmmaker. That's the truth.
So you're still interested, but the science does interest you?
I love science. I've read science all my life. I love mathematics. I actually read mathematical books for fun. And so, yeah, I respect technology and science. I think they bring great things for us, but I also think we should think about them carefully because, as a famous physicist said once, Richard Feynman, the key that opens the door to hell also opens the door to heaven and vice versa. So technology is like that.
Of course, you have a heaven-made cast. Can you talk a little bit about assembling Joel and then people like Gary Oldman and Samuel Jackson?
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing cast. Joel Kinnaman as RoboCop is just incredible. Gary Oldman, acting doesn't get any better than that. Samuel Jackson Michael Keaton, just amazing actors. Abby Cornish, John Poe, who plays David Robocop's son, Jackie O'Haley, great actor, Jennifer Hill, Michael. I could stay at Michael K. Wheelings the whole night. I could talk about them because they're just fantastic.
And you've also
Jose.
So does that legitimise what you're wanting to say?
I mean, you have to take each movie by itself. I don't think that a previous movie would make this movie legit. I think this movie is legit because of what it is. And having said that, I'm interested in real life issues as a documentary filmmaker, and this movie talks about issues like that. Yeah.
Jose, would you be interested in doing a sequel?
I don't know. It depends what it is about. You know, I like to make movies about issues that are in my heart, dear to me, important to me. If the sequel is about important things, I will certainly take a look at it.
Do you have any ideas yet or no?
No, I haven't thought about it. Sorry.
All right. Obrigado. Hi, how you doing tonight, Bill?
Hi, good, thanks, yeah.
So I hear you're a fan of the original.
Very much so, yeah. I think it's one of the sort of classics of the genre.
What do you think about part 2 and 3?
Not so much. I mean, I think they were pretty generic kind of knockoffs, really, in a way. I mean, although they have their fans and people like them. I like 2, I think 3, but by 3 it had sort of lost its way a bit, but, you know, I'm really keen to see how they've done the reboot.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't Peter Weller in part 3, so maybe that contributed to its downfall.
Maybe, yeah, that's true. And but I mean, it's a great cast, you know, Mike Keaton, Gary Oldman, Samuel L. Jackson, you know, and I really like the work of the director, Jose Padilla, the Elite Squad, which is a terrific movie, and also he's made a couple of docos, which have been very well received. So I kind of think that maybe that's an interesting mix of, you know, because the original had a kind of documentary feel about it as well. This sort of satire, of TV news and so on, which sort of really gave it a kind of satirical edge.
Yeah. Paul Verhoeven was a great director, wasn't he?
Superb, yeah.
Cool. Thanks for chatting to us, Bill.
Cheers, man.
Go. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing tonight?
Thank you. How
You
are
look
you?
lovely. Who are you
Thank
wearing?
you. I'm wearing. This is Renee K. She's actually made this dress up personally, so yeah.
You look fantastic,
Thank you.
especially at this premiere.
Thank you.
Are you a fan of the original? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the original,
It does appeal to women as well. It's not just a guy movie.
so it's the first time I'm going to see of some similar version of it tonight. So I'm looking forward to it. Really.
Abby Cornish's character has got a bigger part than the original, so
Oh, okay, fair enough.
should appeal to the ladies. Any message to the fans? Can you look into the camera? Do you mind?
Yeah. Thank you so much for all your support, and watch out for the new series of Towery. It's going to be amazing.
Thank you very much. Yep. How are you doing tonight?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Who are you wearing?
I'm wearing, now I'm going to say this all wrong. Do you speak any French?
You can try.
Okay, it's Hervé Leger,
Okay.
is that right?
Possibly, yeah.
And I've got a bright blue Riv Ryland bag, which I don't know if it goes with my dress, but I love it so much. So
It's awfully fuzzy.
yeah, I like it. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. And I'm wearing my lip gloss from my new collection that I've just launched.
That's great.
Aurora, which is my favourite.
Well, if you get cold, you can always snuggle up to that.
Yeah, I can. I'll be stroking this in the cinema.
So, have you seen the original? Any ideas?
No, I haven't seen the original, but my fiance Jim has, who's over there talking to someone else, and he is really excited to see it. And he was like, "You have to come and watch it." So I was like, "Okay," but I don't know anything about this film. I'm a huge Gary Oldman fan though, so I'm most excited to just see him in action.
It's actually quite appealing for ladies, the original one, so you might find something you enjoy in this one too.
I'm excited. I can't wait to go and watch.
Okay. All right. Thank you for talking to us.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Your missus says you've seen the original film, so you.
Has she not? She hasn't seen it?
No, she just told us she hasn't.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I've seen it 1 and 2, both of them.
You haven't seen part 3?
I didn't know, it's a third.
There is a third, but it's not with Peter Weller and it's not worth watching.
I didn't know that. Look, I rewatched one of them the other day because I used to love it when I was a kid, but now not quite as good as I remember it. So I'm hoping this one's going to sort of live up to expectations.
Well, women surprisingly do actually enjoy it as well because the whole love element, so maybe your lady friend will be impressed tonight.
That is one of her criteria for a film. She's always about what girl is in it, otherwise she won't watch it. So
Abby Cornish is a love interest, and apparently it delves quite a lot into the relationship before it gets into the movie.
she'll like that. She'll like that a lot.
All right, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.